Hello and welcome to today's HIIT 360 class. Today's format is going to be a Tabata session. So we've got 20 seconds worth of work, 10 seconds rest. It's going to be 8 times through to equal a 4-minute round, okay? We've got 6 rounds in total. I want you to treat the last round as a bit of a bonus, okay? Our aim is to get the first 5 rounds done, which will equal just 20 minutes worth of work, okay? That's including our rest. So the way I've formatted it today is we're going to be pairing 2 different exercises that we're going to be alternating between, okay? So like always, I'm going to be taking you through the exercises, showing you the non-plyometric and the plyometric. Please take the non-plyometric option first, regardless of what you think you're going to do in the working set, because this is our warm-up, okay? So you don't need any equipment today. You don't even need a mat. It's just there for your own comfort. And the first exercise that we're going to be going through is a burpee. I'm hoping that we're starting to find a bit of a love for them because they are a great full body exercise. And I'm hoping that the options that I've given you have given you scope to get as much out of it as you can and maintain that sort of same effort throughout the workout because you've chosen the scaling option that's appropriate for you. Okay, so the first option for our burpee, which is the non-plyometric, okay, taking the jump out of it, is to come with your feet about hip distance apart, okay, or even a touch wider if that feels better for you. And we're going to be squatting down, taking our hands to the floor, and then we're going to step one leg back, take the other leg back, step it straight back in, rising up, and you can come up into a calf raise. Okay, so step, in, rise. Okay, the whole time we're working on this, we're thinking about the rib cage towards your hips. We aren't collapsing through the lower back, and the same with our plyometric option as well. And we want to try and keep our feet in that same hip distance apart the whole time, okay? That's the most efficient way to be moving through that range. It's just one less thing to think about, okay? So the plyometric option, you have 2 options today. I'm going to be taking the option where we don't take our chest to the floor, so we just jump back in a plank, okay? And then you can jump straight back up from there. So I'll show you the 2. First one, without the chest to floor, which is what I'll be taking, is back, in, and up. Okay, second option, chest to the floor and coming back up. Alrighty, so we're going to do 20 seconds worth of burpees. We have 10 seconds to have a breather, come down to the floor, okay, and we're pairing our burpee with a plank oblique knee reach, okay? So we're going to go on our elbows. If you prefer to be on your hands, you're more than welcome to. I'm just going to say elbows for all of the options that you can either be on the hands or elbows, just to save your wrists, okay? But if you are trying to work on building up some strength through the wrists, then keep pushing through and keep working on pushing the floor away from you, pulling the work up into our shoulders as much as we can as well, creating a nice strong base through our upper body. Okay, so elbows or hands if you want. And we're going to come out into a full plank. Your first option, if you don't want to do the knee movements, is just to hold a plank, okay, for the 20 seconds. And then after the 20 seconds, you're more than welcome to drop down, have a little breather for the 10, and then go straight back into your burpee. Okay, so if you're going to do this one, keep pushing the floor away from you, trying not to collapse through the lower back, and you're using your breath there. Okay, that's your first option, is just the static plank. Second option, which is the knee lift, is we're pulling the knee towards your arm, okay, and then tapping it back. Other side and tap. Keeping our shoulders over our elbows. Okay, so that's the first round of Tabata. I'm hoping that you're starting to get a tiny bit warmer moving through this range. Okay, second round, we're going to be working on some squat jumps where we only go low in the way out, okay, and then it's called a pop jump, okay, so we go out into a squat and then we pop up in the center and then we drop back out from there. Now, non-plyometric option, you're going to be taking, I'm just going to scoot my mat off to the side, okay, non-plyometric, we're stepping one leg out to the side and then coming straight back in. Other side, and in. Okay, so let's just do a couple of these, warming up our knees, ankles, hips. With our squat here, our bottom goes back first, our shoulders lead up. We want to think about lifting up through the arches of your feet, trying to get our hips either in line with or just below your knees from there. Okay, keep using big breath, especially as we warm up. Okay, so this is our non-plyometric option. Second option, the pop jumps, is you can add a tiny little jump in the center and then we jump out into the squat. Arms can do what feels most natural for you. Soft landing through the feet. Shoulders are leaning up each time still. What I mean by that, if you're unsure, is as we get tired, people tend to want to go out from here and then the hips shoot up and then the chest comes up. We want to be lowering down and rising. It's like someone's put you in reverse, okay? So that's the second exercise for the second round, sorry. And then what we're pairing with that is bicycles. Okay, so coming down to the ground, hands behind your head, and then we're just going to go twisting, twisting. You can go bent legs or straight legs, doesn't matter. Keep pushing your lower back towards the floor as hard as you can, imprinting your spine. Okay, so they're the next two exercises done. Third round, we're going to be working on a broad jump, okay, where we jump back into a plank and walk it back in. We actually did this in number 9, 360, I'm pretty sure, 9 or 10, okay? So we're coming back to this exercise. Actually had some good feedback from that class, so I hope that you enjoy it again. But let's just go over the non-plyometric option first, okay? So what we're gonna do is we start in a squat. So we go down, take the hands to the floor, and we go step back, and then walk it all the way back up, okay? Now, what you might need to do if you are taking the non-plyometric, because you're gonna end up traveling quite far, we might go step forward into a squat, okay? So we'll start here and we go step forward, squat. Hands come down, step back, walk it all the way back in, and stand it all the way back up. Step forward, down. Hands, feet back, and walk it all the way back in. And forward. Low, hands down, last one. Walk it all the way back in, and stand it up. Alrighty, so that's going to get into legs in the squat, shoulders and arms, upper body through the plank, okay? And then you're rolling all the way back up, working on our mobility a little bit there as well. Alrighty, the full exercise is a broad jump, okay? So we're moving. The great thing about this exercise is that it's space efficient, okay? So we're going to be jumping forward, we take the legs back, you walk back up to finish where you started. Okay, so we're going to go starting in a little squat, so we sit the bottom back nice and low, and now we're going to go leaping forward, pushing the hips through, landing in a squat, the hands come down, you're jumping your legs back, and then you're walking the hands all the way back in. Okay, so we go forward, back, walk it in, stand it up. And up. Okay, they're awesome. I love them. Then what we're pairing with that is a side plank. Okay, so the side plank is going to be on our elbow. Regardless of how your wrist feels, please do it on the elbow. I find people do a much better job at keeping the shoulder down away from their ear, keeping the chest nice and open, and gives you more opportunity to just focus on isolating through the bottom oblique, okay, which is what we're trying to work on for that exercise. So you have two options for the side plank in regards to your legs. So you can go down onto the elbow here, and then you can either be on your knee on the bottom side, and we're going to be rising up and down, up and down, okay? Second option, on the feet, rising up and lower, up. All right, and then we're going to come back up to standing, back into that broad jump, jump back, stand it up. We're doing the left side every time for this round, okay? And then the next round, we're doing all of it on the right side with a different exercise, okay? So just remember, we stay on the one side for the 4 rounds through, and then we'll be pairing 4 rounds of the broad jump, okay? I'll write it all down in text. Please don't feel overwhelmed if you're finding it hard to follow along without the visuals, okay? So the option for the side planks for both of the next rounds is a sit-up where we reach to one side, okay? So what that looks like is laying down on your back here, and we'll go one hand behind your head. So let's say if we're doing the left side, we're going to be having the left hand down, and then the right hand is behind your head, and now we're just reaching your hand to your heel. So reach across and center, across and center, and we're trying to close the gap from your rib cage towards your hips, swiveling along the floor. I actually really like doing this one on this smooth surface, okay? You could also have a towel, which will help you kind of swivel along, okay? So keep squeezing and back, imprinting your spine, supporting your head with your hand, okay? And then on the other side, same thing. Let's just keep doing a couple more, even ourselves up a little bit. Use these as a little opportunity to get some activation happening through the core. Alrighty, let's just go 4 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so that's instead of the side plank. So what we're pairing with the right side for the side plank is skaters. So this one is pretty similar whether you're doing plyometric or non-plyometric. Okay, it's just a little less load through the legs. Okay, so without the jump, it's just stepping to one side, reaching the hands to the floor, opposite hand to front leg, stepping it in, other side. Reach and reach. Okay, so let's just do a couple of these before you have a go at the jump if you want to. Alright, and then jumping, you're launching off one leg. Try and get a moment in the air where both feet are off the ground. Okay, and then come down right side, side plank there. Alright, now, second last exercise for the rounds that we're going to be trying to work through for the 20 minutes. And then after this is the bonus round. So this is the last plyometric sort of working set that I want you to try and grit your teeth and push through, and then the last one will be a bonus. So the next option is alternating lunges. Okay, everyone's got the same option for this one. We're not doing these plyometric today, so hands can be wherever you feel comfortable, and we're just taking the legs straight back, drawing it straight back in. Okay, trying to maintain that hip distance apart the whole time. Okay, because if you think about if you're trying to be on a tightrope here where one leg is stacked directly behind the other, it's going to be very hard to balance. Give yourself a bigger base to then drop straight down from there. Okay, shoulders are leading up each time, just like the squat. Now, what we're pairing with this one, and I don't know if you've noticed, but all of the exercises that we're pairing with the plyometric options is core work today. So I'm hoping that your core is feeling pretty warm and activated after doing a couple of these, and that you feel like it's a pretty good burn at the end of the class. So the one we're pairing with the lunges is just some reverse crunches, okay, or reverse sit-ups. Everyone has a little bit of a different name. So it's the full option, okay, and then I'll show you the scaling option. Full option would be your hands are off the floor, okay, and then you lift the legs up to a tabletop position. We extend the legs and drop the chest, and then we pull back up from there. So we go extend and reach. Okay, so that's the full exercise. Your option, scaling, is to go on the elbows, sitting up and out of the shoulders, and then you're just going to tap and lift. Okay, making sure we're not collapsing down into the shoulders, controlling the feet as they lower to the floor, and you want to think about pushing the lower back down to the floor as well. I actually feel personally that this works my core a little bit more because I am a little bit more fixed and it's just isolating through the core there, whereas the other one you have to focus a little bit on your balance and all the timing of the movement. Okay, so if you're the same and you find that you're having to work, it's taking you 10 seconds to get kind of set up into the other one, just do this one because we only have the 20 seconds worth of work, okay? Now, the bonus round for you is alternating between sit-ups and a glute bridge, okay? So there's no plyometric, we're staying on the floor the whole time, okay? Even in the rest, you just stay laying on your back, okay? So the two exercises are rising up and down. So just a traditional sit-up. You could go with your feet in tabletop if you wanted a little bit more. Okay, and then the pairing exercise with this one is a glute bridge. So your feet are flat on the floor and we rise straight up and then tap it straight back down. Squeeze and lower. Okay, and that will be our session. Let's do it.